Hello, good morning. This morning I wanted to talk about grounding, also known as earthing as well, and what it is and why it's so important and ways to bring this into your life on a daily basis. So I was just thinking about how naturally I love to walk about just in my bare feet. So walking about my house in my bare feet, but also out in my garden. And I was just reflecting on, why I do that and what it gives me. And it makes me just feel really peaceful and calm and connected to earth. I feel like very grounded. And then it was making me think of people that I've met around the world and different types of people that would love to be out in nature or hug a tree, or I've even seen people walk about in their daily life in their bare feet, which was very interesting. So I did do some research, like the benefits of this, because I saw people doing it and wondering what it was that they were getting out of it. And there is a lot of research out there that covers this and explains it in depth of what's happening. And what it seems to point towards is the Earth's energy. So the Earth has a natural electric energy system. I believe it's called DC energy, direct circuit energy, which flows through everything within the earth. So it flows through human beings, animals, plants, trees, the river, the water, the rocks. So we need this energy, this DC energy, to function, for our heart to beat, for our brain to function, and the sending the signals. And when I was reading, it was talking about the healing energy. So when our brain's in a state of like alpha, theta brainwaves, this is when our body is in a healing state. So when we directly touch the earth, this enables our brain straight away to just dip into that level, that alpha level. And this is where our body starts to heal itself. So I was reading more and it was talking about that cortisol that I've mentioned before in my other videos, and how that's linked to about 80% of mental health and physical health issues. So when we directly touch the earth and our brain is going into that healing state, our levels of cortisol are going down. So our inflammation levels are going down. Our digestive system is calming down, because there's a lot of stress in the world. There's a lot of digestive issues that people suffer from as well. So digestion, there's improvement with digestion. The body's just calming down. People are able to sleep better, that they're getting into deeper sleeps by making a practice of grounding. So then I was doing some more research, and it's like, well, what kind of things do people need to do to get this? And it was simple things like, yes, walking barefoot or standing just outside your door, like on concrete or a pavement, just standing on the grass or the mud, the sand or rocks. This automatically grounds you. If you don't want to do this, you can just like touch a blade of grass, or if you walk past a tree and you're wanting to get the most moisture part, and that would be like the flower or the leaf, you can do the tree trunk. But when I was reading, it was saying because that's so thick, it can stop the energy circuit conducting through. So we are conductors of energy. So you have like elements, you have like steel, gold, copper, You have like a conductor of energy, but we're one of the most powerful conductors. And I was thinking, oh, that's really interesting. Why? And it's because we're made of so much water, 60% of water. So that makes us very powerful conductors. And the feet, and I was thinking, well, what is it about the feet and the hands? Well, the feet naturally have a lot of sweat glands. So you're getting this moisture in your feet, you're touching the ground, it's going to be even more of an electrical charge. Naturally, our body sweats as well, so it's keeping our skin moisturized and wet. So this, we're very highly conductive. So then I was thinking, right, okay, what do we need to do? Do we need to just stand and hug a tree for all day, or walk about all day in our feet? And you don't. It can, as soon as we touch something, that activates that healing response. We automatically become grounded. So things like being out in your garden, doing gardening, taking off the gloves. Yeah, it's good to protect your hands, especially if you're working with thorns, but taking off your gardening gloves and just having your hand in the soil, picking your weeds with your hands, that's you keeping yourself connected. So you could be gardening for ages. You could be, I know some people spend hours in the garden. So think of all that groundingness that they're feeling. You could go to the beach and just take your socks and your shoes and socks off and walk on the beach. Go to the water, just paddle your feet in the water, or go to the river. If you don't want to, go in with your body or your feet, just put your finger in your hand. And the woman I was watching, it was this doctor, she had this little device, this grounding, that was able to detect when she was grounded and not grounded. And she would do all these experiments that would show that she's touching the earth, but she's got flip-flops on, she's not grounded. She takes the flip-flop off and she's just in her bare foot, she's grounded. She touched a leaf, she was grounded. She touched the water, she was grounded. So it is real, and it's because of that DC energy, which I thought was so amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you. So when we are able to directly touch earth, nature, it's going to improve our health. It's going to improve our digestive system. It improves our blood circulation, our oxygen. It helps balance out the hormones. It reduces the cortisol, so the inflammation is reduced. And it just makes us feel connected. So yes, make sure you're eating well, drinking enough fluid, connecting with people that you love, doing things you enjoy, but make a wee practice of grounding yourself every day, even if it's only for a few minutes. The longer the better, but if you've only got a few minutes, start with that and see how you feel and test it out. Because I can say something or you could read something and it's like, yeah, right, okay, but you can test this out straight away and see how you feel. See how you feel just even eating your lunch out in nature or outside. Sitting, if you're like in a city and you don't have access to nature in the same way, find a park or even the concrete, like a pavement. If there's a seat that you could have, try and touch it with your hand, or if there was nobody about, you could just, or if you're, take your shoes and socks off and just like secretly, have your foot touching it and cover it with your bag if you were embarrassed. But there's lots of ways that you can, incorporate this into your life and just notice how you feel and go from there. So I hope that was useful for you, and just think that you're doing your best in your life. Work takes up a lot of people's time, I understand that, or if there's stresses and worries and concerns, and that's why it's so important to make sure you get your connection with nature. that direct contact with nature, because we are part of the world, part of nature. You know, we're a creation of nature, and the world has everything that we need to survive and heal. And yeah, and it's there any time, and it can just be a wee bit of grass. If you see a blade of grass, that's enough to ground you. So just touching that will help calm you down, helps lower, it helps mood, to balance mood, it helps with depression, anxiety, stress, as well as, you know, all these healing benefits to the body. So I hope that you have a wonderful day and get touching some grass or trees. Okay, take care, bye.